Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very quick, down and dirty tutorial on how to use radar in War Thunder. This is not going to be in depth. This is not going to be more than 10 minutes. If you want something that is extremely in depth, go to a channel by the name of Tim's Variety. He does it very well and he explains it very well. And his production quality is a lot better than mine. So if you want to go really in depth and go, oh, I need to learn exactly what types of radar there are, how to use them, when to use them, go watch him. I'm going to give you the basic key bindings that I use. You need switch between radar and IRST, turn it on and off. You need change IRST mode to switch between like pulse Doppler, TWS, and regular search. You need radar IRST beyond/within visual range combat. This is your ACM bore sight mode. If you see me talk about ACM bore sight, this is what it is. This is how you use it. You need change IRST search mode, which is your scope scale. You need your mode is your range. Your mode is your, it's how far it searches. Like 23 miles, 22, 23 miles, 12 miles, 48, so on. You need scope scale, which is where your radar is looking. You'll have different presets. And you need set target to lock, and you need lock target. This is your BVR mode. This will lock things to the extent of your radar's range. SARs are a very important weapon that you need to learn, especially at top tier. Sometimes they do not work very well. This is a known thing. Gaijin needs to work on it. How SARs work is they are a semi-active radar homing missile, meaning you have to lock a target and you have to babysit that missile until it hits the target. You cannot lose lock except if you have something with data link, which some missiles do. They are Russian. The R-24s, I believe, or R-27s have data link. I am now going to hit my VVR mode. See how it will choose the target that it sees on the radar, and it will lock it. Then I am going to switch to my 7Ms, get a lock solution. There is a circle within a circle. That second circle on the exterior of it will tell you if you have a good firing solution, and if your missile is likely to hit. See how that second circle is covering? Once that hits a full circle, and it's two circles like that, fire your missile. You of course can fire it in other circumstances. You do not have to wait for it to be a good solution. But those two rings are a very good indicator if you are going to have a high probability of hit. Your ACM bore sight, it is locked off your nose, or you can swap it to be, on the F-15, a high off angle. And so, as you can see, I switched to my high off angle. I can go way above my nose, but the one I typically use is this. Is the one that is just straight up off your nose, that allows you to point your radar at the target, lock it, and fire. You have to keep your lock. If you do not, your missile a lot of times, and that one just tracked true anyway, but your missile a lot of times, if you lose lock, will go and do something called a moonshot. And sometimes it'll just do this randomly. But it is where your missile will go and it'll take a 90-degree angle straight up and away from you. This, I believe, is the Sim EC version of this map. I'm taking a full fuel tank with a single bag. So that offers me about 50 minutes of fuel. 48 to be exact. 49. So this is the Sim EC version. So, take off and braking left. I'm going to try and use my BVR mode. Now, BVR in this game is not very reliable. I have had luck with it in the past. are going to take a leftward brake. And try and get shots on the enemy. So, how you beat radar is very, very simple. The higher you are, the better it will work. So if you are above somebody, their radar will lock you. And it will work very, very well against you. But the lower you are, the worse your radar will work. So you have to make that trade-off between, do I want to be safer or do I want to be able to kill something faster? I am a very, very low level flyer. I like to fly on the deck. The second way you beat radar after getting very, very low is you do something called a notch. You are turning your plane 90 degrees, meaning he has to be off of one of your wings, directly off your wingtip, completely straight. You cannot be at an angle or you will still be locked, especially by a lot of these modern radar sets. The third thing you can do, if it is a non-pulse Doppler set, if you're at the tier where you're not facing a lot of pulse Doppler sets, you can chaff and flare the radar, which will force the radar to lock onto the chaff's signature, and it will hit the chaff, and it will track the chaff. At higher BRs, this isn't a valid tactic as much. It can work sometimes, but do not rely on it. Because these pulse Doppler sets on the MiG-29s, on the Su-27s, on the F-15s, on the F-16s, on the F-14s, on the late F-4s, they will not bite on the chaff. Fox 1, now watch. I have to babysit this missile in, and see how he's got a good notch on me here? And see how that just goes into a moonshot for no reason? Fox 1 on the Mirage. What did I hit? This Mirage wants a dogfight, so let's give it to him. Now I'm going to use my ACM bore sight to hit the ground. And that is a very, very basic tutorial. And I know I didn't show any kills because I suck. But that's essentially how you have to use your radar. This has a pulse Doppler set, you can use it with that. This has a great set. Almost every single one of these planes, almost every single one of these dedicated fighters has a very solid radar set. Radar is very, very integral to how you play the game at this tier.